fully prepared to compete. You see the focus. You feel the energy. These guys are ready to go. The view of downtown Detroit is seen from the riverfront on a beautiful day here in the Motor City. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. DA, it's all yours.
In the last few years, we've seen league-wide scoring surge in the NBA. Now, many credit years of defensive rules changes, such as limiting hand checking on and off the ball and getting rid of contact in the paint. Now, everyone isn't pleased with these changes. Some say defense is no longer allowed, but a higher pace of play, more efficient shot selection, and lots of threes also play a role. Most fans aren't complaining. Kevin?
It sure is fun to watch, DA. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Siakam.
And he's got it going at the foul line these days. His free throw percentage looks a lot different in the last 10 games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. Van Vliet and Lowry are the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot. And for the Pistons, they've got Doumbouya. Kennard is out there with Derrick Rose. Then it's John Henson. And it's Griffin in at the power forward position. Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer, he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
And it's good for 2. Van Vliet's got the first basket of the game for the Raptors.
Seeing the court like a point, that's Gasol showing the full range of his skills.
Now here's Rose. D right on him. Gasol with the steal. Now the Raptors moving it up. Floats it up there for Siakam. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
And here's Rose. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And while he was doing that, I mean, dropping buckets. He was keeping everybody else involved, too. I mean, he had a tremendous night facilitating.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Henson. Makes it off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Fires for 3. It's not going to go for him.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Griffin passes to Rose. Back to Griffin. They get the rebound. Henson. No good there.
Look, they say there are no easy finishes in the NBA, but that should have been easy.
And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Siakam.
A veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowry can pretty much get any shot he wants.
Rose with the ball. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game.
They've missed 3 of their first 4 shots, having a little trouble finding their legs.
Floats it up there for Siakam. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Here's Rose. Following the basket by Pascal Siakam.
They're struggling here early. 1 for 5 now. The D has them bottled up so far.
Lowry can't get it to go. Pistons trail by 6. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Doumbouya. 9 points last game. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Stolen by Van Vliet. Left side Lowry. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Very rich history for Detroit Pistons. They've been a part of the sports scene in Detroit since 1957, and they have 3 championships to their name.
And Kyle Lowry no good on that one. Well, you look back at the title teams for the Pistons. There were a lot of them. Chris, which team was your favorite?
Oh, man. Well, growing up in Detroit, I'd have to go back to the Bad Boys in 89, 90, just watching them get through Boston and then, you know, dominate the Bulls at that time. They went back-to-back winning championships. That was incredible. And it was something special, though, about my boys in the 2014. Sheed, Ben Wallace, Rip, those guys. That was fun to watch as well.
And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. 3-point lead. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
Well, you know, the ball movement was lacking. And, Greg, you know, things got stagnant. That's why their offense looked so off.
Bounce pass from Rose. Offensive rebound. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
So, you know, the University of Oklahoma has produced this share of great players of the year. But Blake Griffin has to be the best of the bunch.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. That's good from Blake Griffin.
Oh, well, Kev, you know I always appreciate when a big man can create for others. And Blake Griffin, he's one of the best in the game in that regard. Such a fantastic passer.
Blake Griffin hits them both. Chris, you almost forget just how big Griffin is because of how smoothly he can facilitate for others.
Yeah, Kevin, and I hate when people say he's a good passer for a big man. I mean, what type of caveat is that? He's just a good passer. He has great vision, superb timing, and that's why he's always been near the top in assists for bigs.
Fast break, here we go. Here's Kennard. It's good. This game is all even. Kennard's got 6.
And getting out in transition has been a big part of this run that they're on.
Raptors have gone 6 of 8 in the game so far. A very solid start for them. Van Vliet finds Siakam. Shoots over Griffin. Again, Toronto.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of danger.
Here's Kennard. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to Griffin. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Van Vliet. And now it's Lowry running. Here we go. All the way if he can.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Now Rose. No points in the game yet for him. Over to the left wing. Siakam against Griffin. Passes to Henson. Second shot opportunity. Rejected by Gasol.
Wow. Trying to challenge Gasol. Big-time two-way player. He gets it done on both ends.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Shooting 1. That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And in constructing lineups, Chris, there's often the dilemma of choosing rim protection versus floor spacing. To you, what matters most?
Well, to me, what matters most is floor space, and it doesn't. A defense is not overrated. I'm not saying that, but it doesn't matter if you have defense and you can't score. Scoring is just as important, and you have to put pressure on that defense by scoring. And even if you have a shot blocker, what if I have guys that like shoot it outside and don't come to the paint?
Right.
Well, then I've already taken that shot blocker out of the game. So it's all about offense, having a balanced offense, and then guys willing to listen, pay attention to the details, and be engaged on the defensive end.
Now here's Rose. He dishes it to Doumbouya. Pass to Rose. Just 5 to shoot. Stolen by Van Vliet. Outside Lowry. Pulls up. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Lowry's got 11.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their plays.
Yeah, right now it feels like they can't miss. We'll see how long they can make this last.
Here's Rose after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Here's Doumbouya, who's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Shot clock at 6. Right side Rose. Gasol with the steal. Siakam with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Doumbouya. Out to the wing. Here's Kennard. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Oh, the defense with no impact at all. Just didn't have the feel for his jump shot.
And the shot goes in from Siakam.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
So it's Detroit now. 11-point game. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, and the second chance points, guys, mean a lot over the course of a game. And they just had so few opportunities. And I think that was their Achilles heel.
And second chance points. This is another great indicator of which team won in the hustle department. And tonight, they didn't win that battle.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019. Letting guys pick their players like old school on the park. I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
And the 3 ball is good.
And some well-needed scoring. He stops a 13-0 run by Toronto.
Now here's Van Vliet. Not a lot of room. Siakam, good.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pistons trail by 12. Here's Galloway, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And it's Brown missing. Now the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Shoots. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. And the Raptors lead by 14.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And here is Brown. Pass to Galloway. Dishes it to Maker. Kicks it to Snell. Here's the 3. It's good from long range. Van Vliet's got 9 points.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Detroit's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. There's Galloway, covered by Van Vliet. Maker misses. Raptors leading by 17. Lobs it up for Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, they've been very aggressive, and they've taken early control of this game.
Here's Galloway, following the score by Serge Ibaka. And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Maker passes to Brown. Maker with the ball. Ibaka on him. Maker kicks to Wood. 5 on the clock. Three-pointer. Snell. They get the rebound. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
I like when Maker is being assertive on offense, looking for his own shot, attracting the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And when he's gotten himself to the line this season, he's come through right around 74% of the time.
That free throw missing.
You look back at the Blake Griffin trade. Many thought the Pistons gave up too much, but it's worked out for them.
Yeah, losing the picks for Griffin, GA, you have to admit it did hurt. But people forget that Griffin is a star player, and he reminded those same people last year. He's become the leader for this franchise as they try to move forward.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Raptors leading by 19. Here's Hollis Jefferson, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. McCaw, the pass to Anunoby. It's hauled in by Wood. They're not having much success at all right now.
Kevin, I would shuffle the lineup if I were their coach a little bit just to try to find something that works.
The story of their game right here, one sloppy play after another.
Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter.
Hey, yo, right here.
Here's McCaw. It's Powell on the wing. Chalk up 2 there. And the Raptors lead by 21.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
We've got 1:48 left to play here in the first. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. From a pure entertainment standpoint, who's a player that you think is must-watch TV, Chris?
Oh, man, you got to go Curry, Lillard, Harden, Giannis, Embiid, Simmons. I mean, you could just keep going. Let's go Lou Will off the bench. Let's even go defensively. You can even go Patrick Beverly. So many guys that is just so much fun to watch play. Must-see TV.
1:44 left in the first quarter. Galloway, the pass to Wood. Galloway kicks to Maker. Toronto grabs the miss. Powell with it. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland. And the shot will not go from Anunoby. Passes it to Maker. Trying to end the drought. Doesn't go for him. And Toronto will come the other way.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor, just in total control so far.
And Detroit has possession after Toronto picking up the basket just moments ago. Galloway kicks to Snell. Clock at 6. The rebound by Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Painful to watch, guys. You could see their frustrations mounting, unable to get into any kind of a rhythm whatsoever.
Yeah, GA, and sometimes you have games like that, but you just got to shrug it off and move on to the next one.
McCaw, the pass to Anunoby. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in the lane. I mean, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
Kyle Lowry firing on all cylinders for the Toronto Raptors. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. Back to the action after this word. And Serge Ibaka talked about his skill set. Now it complements Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam and what he brings to the team.
Bringing my defense toughness, my experience playing with those two guys, one of the best in the game right now, and then helping those two here, and with my experience, what I learned, I think I can help the team a lot. Energy and both hands on the floor.
And really, Ibaka is a seasoned veteran now, a terrific role player known for his defense.
And Ibaka knows his role and plays it well.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Raptors enjoying a nice lead here.
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Well, I love the ball movement so far, GA. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Anunoby out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's McCaw in at the point guard position. 2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby. And the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
NBA ready physically from day one. Still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line, but I like his potential as a two-way player.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting, has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving.
Fast break, Toronto. Rebound by the Pistons.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Oh, man, you just want to go find some place to hide, man. It's almost impossible to miss that.
Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Powell. Detroit's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Well, Kevin, Kyle Lowry is hard-nosed, as we all know, and if you ask him, it comes from his upbringing in Philadelphia. Lowry said, "A Philly player is what a basketball player is. We played on concrete. You got to be mentally tough. You're not trying to be athletic. You get hit the wrong way, you run into a metal pole." And Kevin, that's what made him, from Philly to Villanova to Toronto to an NBA champion.
Well, I don't know about running into the metal pole, but that sounds painful. But he's certainly as tough as he can be. David, thank you. First free throw is good. Chris, over the last 40 years, a steady decline in offensive rebounding. Largely due, I'm guessing, to the concern with transition defense, right?
Definitely, and let's give respect to offensive rebounding that it should have. Whenever you had guys like Rodman, Popeye Jones, guys that used to you'd have nightmares about because they were such great rebounders, Ben Wallace. Well, now it's a little bit different because those guys were playing the 4 position, right? So now at the 4 position, you have to get back on defense because if you're not, guys are shooting threes from Curry land in the 4 position because the game is evolved. And so now it is better to get back in transition and trying to get an extra possession for your team. You still want to attack the glass. You just want to make sure you know who's in the game at that time because now you have guys leaking out, getting a quick shot on that other end.
Pass to Wood. The tray. That's good. And so Galloway with the assist. Galloway has got 3 assists tonight.
I remember when you get in trouble for shooting the 3 as a big man. Now teams want their bigs operating outside the 3-point line.
And the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Griffin with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Brown. Here's Galloway. And the rejection by Lowry. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lowry. Doomboy is checked in for Detroit. Rose comes in for Langston Galloway. Marc Gasol's checked in for Toronto. Brown outside. Outside for Griffin from the corner. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
Excellent at recognizing when to shoot off the pass. Griffin is so good at catching the D by surprise.
Pass to McCaw. Here's Anunoby. Passes it to Lowry. Just 4 to shoot. Unloads from 9. It's Ibaka. That time on the assist by Lowry.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. To the middle, here's Wood. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And that's the role they want for Rose, getting guys going through his passing, especially when he can find them in rhythm.
Lowry finds Gasol. That one goes. Count it. Gasol's got his first bucket in this one.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. You have to know the scouting report. He's a threat from out there.
Here's Wood. Offline with his 3. Raptors leading by 19 points. Here's McCaw, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. For Toronto, they have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
And a coach that players love is Dwayne Casey. Very vet-friendly, sticks up for his guys in every post-game interview.
Yeah, Casey is very measured in his approach. He can be a bit slow to change at times, but his players appreciate the consistency.
Henson's checked in for the Pistons. Luke Kennard comes in for Brown. He's perfect from the line this time. Pistons trail by 21. Rose kicks to Kennard. Pass to Rose. Here's the floater. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Gasol's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Lowry against Rose. Here's Gasol. And again, no good by Toronto.
The setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Kennard's shot is off. Toronto leading by 21. Here's McCall. Ibaka with the ball. And it's Henson picking him up. Shot's good by Ibaka.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Rose in the post. Lowry covering. Griffin misses off the left iron.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Ibaka, the pass to Gasol. Shoots over Henson. And Gasol gets it to go. Gasol's got his 2nd basket.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. The pass to Kennard. Pass to Griffin. 5 to shoot. The Pistons need to get off a shot here. The shot's good from Kennard. Kennard's got 9.
He keeps working on the three-point line. I mean, that's his 3rd triple of the game, 1st in the quarter.
Lowry against Rose. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shoots over Doumbouya. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. Takes a 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. Siakam is checked in for Toronto. Fred VanVleet comes in for Patrick McCaw. Detroit on D. Gasol passes to Siakam. Shoots over Griffin. And Siakam gets it to go on the assist by Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists in the game. Detroit's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the 2nd quarter. Here's Griffin. Cans the 12-footer. He's got 6.
Well, he continues to flourish from these in-between spots. I mean, Griffin, he knows he can sink it. VanVleet
with it. Working on Rose. VanVleet can't get it to go.
The D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy layup.
Doumbouya, good.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Lowry drives in. Kennard with the rebound. Pistons trailed by 19. Here's Rose. Another shot. And it's finished off inside by Henson. Henson's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
And the longer the run goes on, the more momentum will swing their way.
Chris, you've been a commentator for the NBA Vegas Summer League. Amazing how much that event has grown.
Oh, how about this year? The Chinese, the Croatian national team. I mean, come on. It's just this is a global game, and we're bringing all of them to Vegas to let fans go up in there and watch them and watch rookies at a young, early age and see the best players. I mean, this is awesome. You got to love how forward-thinking the NBA is. This is really cool to watch.
It is. And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, a nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
So Johnson hits 2 of them.
And Johnson, the former Arizona Wildcat, certainly has a bright future in this league. The combination of shooting, speed, and length he possesses is just exciting.
Passes it to Griffin. To the paint. Here's Henson, and John Henson with the slam.
And doing some dirty work on the offensive glass.
And then follows it up, Greg, with heavy-duty jam on his mind with a terrific putback. Now here's Van Vliet. He's covered by Rose. Johnson from outside. Drops in the tray. Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, man, and it's important to this team that Johnson connects on these perimeter attempts. He's remarkable at opening the floor for his guys.
Rose passes to Henson. Rejected by Gasol, but he stays with it. Stolen by Van Vliet. And oh, here we go. Lowry's got it. The fast break chance. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 beyond the arc since the start of the second quarter. Henson against Gasol. And Gasol sends it back. And he's able to get it back. They retain possession. And the slam by Blake Griffin. Raptors leading by 20. Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 9. Pass to Siakam. Over Henson. Siakam, good. Siakam's got 14 points for the game.
And how about the performance we're seeing from him? Not one miss on the day.
Detroit's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%. 7 of 13 on threes. And it's Rose missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
This isn't like him, and he knows it. The best thing they can do is try to get him more easy looks.
Inside, got a piece of it. Here's Griffin. That shot missing, and it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Van Vliet finds Siakam. Johnson for 3. Blake Griffin pulls it in. Griffin's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. A different look here for Detroit. Thon Maker's checked in for Griffin. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Derrick Rose. And Toronto also making a switch. Powell's checked in. This Pistons squad struggling.
Come on, baby, let's get one more.
Here's Kennard. 9 points in the game so far. Comes up empty here. That puts him at 3 for 6. Siakam passes to Powell. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. So for the Pistons, Christian Woods checked in for John Henson. Tony Snell comes in for Doumbouya. And it's Bruce Brown in for Luke Kennard. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for the Raptors. Pistons on defense. Outside for Gasol. Down it goes. His 3rd basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Terrific off the catch. I mean, Gasol right into his shooting motion.
Here's Galloway, covered by Van Vliet. Takes the 3. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, he may just have to put a little more arc under that. But either way, it's a tough shot.
No good from Gasol. Pistons trail by 21. Brown the pass to Maker. Gasol with the rebound.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Snell, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. They get Marc Gasol. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
and you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch.
It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
That's good from Snell.
And guys, this is the way to stay in the game. They're doing a masterful job from the line. Perfect this quarter.
And so Snell nails both of them. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. They have a 19-point lead. Powell with the bounce pass. Over Maker. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
His teammates keep getting him the ball in his favorite spots. He's done a lot for his shooting percentage.
58 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Here's Galloway. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. They get Marc Gasol.
I love seeing this from Galloway. When he forces the issue and puts the defense in a tough spot.
And Chris, one thing you have to like about Galloway is that he's always prepared to play.
Yeah, Galloway is the type of player that can see 5 minutes on the floor in one game and then start and play 25 minutes the next one. I mean, just think about that focus for consistency. The production can be hit or miss, but he's a great plug-and-play option for a coach in need of filling minutes.
The first free throw is good.
And what I like about Galloway is that he knows his role. He doesn't play outside of himself. He's a dependable player.
The Raptors making a switch here. Anunoby's checked in. Galloway hits both of them. Raptors leading by 19 points. There's 39 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Anunoby. 11 points for him in that last game against Cleveland.
And don't leave out his rebounding, Kev. I mean, he had a big impact in that game with all his effort on the glass.
Detroit's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. Brown kicks to Snell. Detroit keeping it alive. A new 14.
I mean, you know what? Very close to a 3-point play right there.
The Pistons have shot 8 of 10 from the line. That's an even 80% free throw shooting here.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
2.
That free throw good from Maker. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Raptors leading by 19. Now Van Vliet. 9 points in the game so far. Right side Gasol. Here's Anunoby. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 4 assists in the game.
And what an assured player. Anunoby believes in his ability to shoot the ball off the catch.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Kyle Lowry. Kyle, you came out strong to take advantage in the first half. Were you pleased with the effort?
Yeah, we got to keep it up. Our defensive intensity has to stay high.
That has led to some great play at the other end. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. What a start it was for Pascal Siakam. He had 14 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
Well, they're obviously facing a hot shooting team tonight. That combined with a lackluster effort on defense, recipe for disaster. Without major improvements defensively, this game is OVA. Over.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Pistons trail by 21. While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Pistons, they've got Kennard. Griffin is out there with Doumbouya. Then it's Rose, and it's Henson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Rose, no good. Raptors shooting the ball with incredible accuracy, 68% so far. Siakam passes to Lowry. The dish to Gasol, and Gasol slams it in. And he's now got the double-double, 10 points and 10 rebounds.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Well, Greg, their poise has been tremendous. I mean, excellent at both ends, has them increasing this lead.
Rose uses the glass to finish the layup. Rose has got his first bucket of the night.
And Derrick Rose certainly equipped athletically to punish teams in the paint.
Johnson outside. And there's the pass to Lowry. Fires from deep. Detroit with the rebound. Griffin's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Doumbouya. They get it again.
And hustle like that is why he leads this team in rebounds tonight.
It's all heart. He does a great job of getting after it.
Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. He's looking for Siakam and finds him. And Siakam throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two players.
And the Raptors with the ball. Outside Lowry. Gasol kicks to Siakam. Raptors moving the ball around. Griffin with some nice D.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
Doumbouya can't get it to go.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out. Now, he's having a great night from the floor, and they're going to keep leaning on him, looking to grow the lead.
Pistons have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Rose dishes to Griffin. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Hits the jump hook. Griffin's got 10.
He possesses an unending supply of energy. We've seen it over the years. Griffin is awesome at hitting the boards with force.
Pass to Johnson. To the paint. He doesn't hit that one. The Pistons go the other way with it, and there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his third foul of the game. Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Toronto. The Pistons have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Rose now guarded by Siakam, and the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That'll be his second foul of the game. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. And Henson kicks to Doumbouya.
Intelligent defense. He reads the play. Gets himself in the perfect position to come up with the steal. Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
Here's Ibaka. And he can't bank that one in. And here's Griffin. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
Amazing awareness. He's committed to keeping his eyes up and teammates involved. That's the type of player Griffin is.
Van Vliet kicks to Ibaka. And the Raptors miss again. Pistons trail by 21. And here's Rose. Again, the Pistons good for 2. The Raptors have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Pass to Ibaka. Wide open. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Takes a shot at the elbow. Rose, that's good. Rose has got 6 points.
The switch flipped for him at halftime. Not a single point in the first half. All of a sudden, he's come alive.
Van Vliet passes to Lowry. Henson against Ibaka. 6 on the shot clock. Back to Lowry. Tries from 10. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball movement and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Rose scanning the floor. Griffin kicks to Rose. Outside Griffin. The pass to Doumbouya. And yes, it's good. Doumbouya's got 4 points in the quarter.
He's been fantastic, but he can't do it all by himself. Some of the other guys need to lighten the load and step up.
And guys, one thing that has been interesting to see since Blake Griffin came to Detroit is how he's developed as a leader, has come into his own with how he takes responsibility for the team's play.
Pistons trail by 21. Doumbouya passes to Rose. Over Lowry. Here's Henson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Pistons have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Shooting 2.
He's off on the first. And with Griffin, you look at his time on the Clippers, and for most of his career, he was more of a second in command.
Coach Casey said last year early on that Griffin is the leader of this team, and Blake took it upon himself to step up to the challenge. It makes sense no matter how you look at it. He's their best player and needs to be one of the leaders.
And Toronto has possession. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Lowry kicks to Ibaka, puts up a 3. Rebound, Detroit. Henson's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. And it's Doumbouya in the corner. Off target from outside.
He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half and only one in the first.
And Lowry gets it to go.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah. Horrible effort. It appears they may be on the brink of giving up.
Griffin with it. 10 points for him. And slam dunk by Henson.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Siakam with it, and Griffin picks him up defensively. The shot by Lowry, no good. Pistons trail by 20. Fires from 14. A second chance effort, and it's blocked by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
McCaw, the pass to Siakam. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. A chance now for a three-point play. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down. And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. And the Raptors also making a change. Anunoby, he's checked in for Patrick McCaw. Throw good, Siakam. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
For Toronto, they have gone 6 of 8 from the free throw line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And he can't get the first one. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for Pascal Siakam. And the second free throw, good. And the Pistons with possession here. Here's Galloway. He has 5. Pass to Maker from past the arc. And it's Kyle Lowry with the rebound. Down low, here's Hollis Jefferson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
One of the few guys in the league who make a lead pass like that. Oh, just a fantastic look.
And so Galloway with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Wood kicks to Galloway. That one doesn't drop. Ibaka with some nice D. Here's Anunoby. Add basket number 6 to his stat sheet. He's now 6 for 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Detroit's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Now, here's Maker. Brown kicks to Galloway. No good again that time.
And another miss. Oof. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. The shot by Powell, no good. The Pistons shooting about 33%, not happy with their play on that end. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
His touch has been off tonight, and now his judgment is off too. I mean, come on. It's not a smart shot.
Here's Anunoby. 7-foot shot. Here's Ibaka. Passes it to Anunoby. Drops in the layup for 2. Anunoby's got 5 points now this quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Ibaka. Some impressive play from him over the last month. He's averaging 8 points, 8 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Here's Galloway. Offensive rebound. Maker. Here's Wood. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And he makes both free throws. Now Lowry, 17 points in the game. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Lowry. Ibaka right side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Now here is Lowry. Tight defense on him. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. 3-pointers. Snell bangs home the trifecta. Snell's got 8.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Hey, D-up on Lowry.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists now in the game. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Galloway. 5 points in the game. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 7.
He's taken 5 shots this quarter and only hit 1. I mean, you got to say ouch to that.
Lowry deciding where to go with it here. Ibaka right side. Yep, it counts. Ibaka's got 6 here in this quarter.
All that practice on the positioning and timing of the catch and shoot, paying huge dividends for Ibaka.
The Pistons shooting 39% from the floor since the half. Not really what they had in mind. 1:10 left in the third quarter. Galloway, no good.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Gasol.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw. There's a minute left in the third. Here's Galloway. He has 7. And here is Maker. And the rejection by Ibaka. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Toronto's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. No one near them. That's good on the jump shot. Hollis Jefferson's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here's Galloway. Now recovering. Galloway taking his time here. He kicks it to Snell. Shot clock at 5. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Anunoby. Detroit with the rebound. Maker's got his 5th rebound in this one. No good. And so it's Toronto with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And with the 4th quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Thomas. Hollis Jefferson is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Hernandez in at the center position. Hollis Jefferson passes to Powell. The shot from the low post is good.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
It seems like some teams have been in rebuild mode for a long time. Is there a point at which the league should step in and maybe, I don't know, take over or give them guidance?
You know, I really do. And not because it's necessarily the fault of the team, because, listen, it's tough to win a championship. But to be a perennial bottom dweller, basement dweller, it's not good for the fans. And fans like myself, every year comes the first game, we think, hey, we could win a championship, we could do it. But, you know, our thought process is not based in knowledge. It's just based in our hope and will for the team. So you definitely want to keep teams straight. You want to keep them honest. And I think the league could find a way to step in but not step on the toes of ownership.
Takes the 13-footer. Here's Wood. That's tipped. And now the fast break. Thomas with the ball. Ball's knocked loose. And they're pushing it up. Here's Snell. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
At 7'1", you got to box out Maker because he's capable of burning you on the offensive glass.
There's the pass to Anunoby. From down low. Rebounded by the Pistons. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Knight with it. Here's Wood. That's good. The assist that time from Knight.
I like that pick play. I mean, you can see how easily it makes it for him to get to the cup.
Powell down low. This one for 3. Here's Hernandez. Rebounded by Maker. Maker's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. A different look here for Detroit. Mikhailuk is checked in, and McRae's subbed in for Langston Galloway. Then for the Raptors, Boucher is checked in, and it's Patrick McCaw in for Norman Powell. Here's McRae. He can't get that one to fall. Anunoby passes to Hernandez. Back to Anunoby. Good on the three-point shot. Anunoby's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And it's crucial that Anunoby knocks down that jumper, showing how skilled he is from the perimeter.
Now, here is Knight. To the right side. Here's Mikhailuk. Here's Wood. Goes back up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Chris, whether it's KD or Kyrie, we've seen stars grow irritated with constant questions about their free agent destinations.
I would just suggest to them to go back in time. Nothing's new under the sun. Watch guys like Shaq, myself, other guys that were free agents. It's a time to talk about it, and it's a time not to. And you can even speak about your impending free agency without insulting the fans where you're playing and without guessing of maybe where you will go next year. I just think that, guys just need to be a little more sensitive with it. Fans really want to know, and if the media's going to ask you the question, you got to figure a way how to handle that out delicately.
Well said. Boucher kicks to Thomas. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Thomas got his first points of the night. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Knocked loose. Here's McRae. Pass to Knight. Just 5 on the clock. Lets it fly. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Here's McCall. Kicks it to Thomas. Passes to Hernandez. Here's Anunoby, and it's blocked. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here. And the Pistons making a change here. Griffin's checked in. And here are the Raptors now. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here's McRae. And along with the association, we've seen the growth of the G League, the WNBA, the 2K League. Chris, which of those have you followed the most?
Well, first let me say I should have been drafted by the 2K League because I'm really nice. Matter of fact, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I will beat you in the game that I'm talking on right now. But secondly,
I know you will.
I love the WNBA, from Lisa Leslie to Cheryl Swoops to my girl Candace Parker. Are you kidding me? The skill set of these ladies, oh, they have game. And I can't say I follow one the most because even the G League and their all-star game I follow. Right now it's a great time for hoops, and all 3 of these leagues I'm in on.
And, well, Detroit shooting just 30% from the field here in the fourth. Knight passes to Griffin. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession. So it's Detroit now. McRae passes to Griffin. 6 to shoot. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
An absolute behemoth inside. Griffin excels at using his size and athleticism to draw the foul.
Chris, there is that transition from being a player to retirement. It can be a challenge for some. What were the keys that you found in succeeding at that?
Well, first I think is adjusting to the fact you don't have the same schedule. You don't have a physical release that you used to have. You miss the locker room and the camaraderie with all the guys, and so you miss the culture. But secondly, I would say take all the lessons that you learned, and for me this was big, from sports and use them in business. So in business, I became a rookie in other areas. I found a Chris Mullin type in business. I found a Latrell Sprewell type, guys that would mentor you, guys that you would play on their team. Humble yourself, get back to it, get to practice, get to meetings early, stay at practice late, stay at meetings, and be the last one that leaves, and just take the culture of basketball, infuse that athletic personality into the personality of whatever you go into next, and you can use those tenets to have a wonderful retirement and really enjoy it. So for me, it's been awesome. And by the way, I've had twins, and so since retiring, and that'll keep you just as busy as it was you were playing. So you can find ways to keep that same lifestyle.
That's right, and some sound advice too. Boucher's shot is off.
Really surprising to see the huge edge they have in rebounds, given what the scoreboard says.
He's gone off the rails this quarter, and it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
And now the fast break. Griffin with the ball. Knight wide open. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
Griffin kicks to Knight. To the middle. And Maker with the basket on the assist by Knight.
There aren't many players as big as Maker. He realizes this. Nice work inside.
The Raptors have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. Out to the right wing. Anunoby passes to Boucher. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Hernandez. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? There's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys in a year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are the best on a contract or getting the most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract, and those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time, but the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players of the league, period.
Here's McRae. Knight on the wing. The 3. Boucher with the rebound.
Well, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there. Doesn't have to break stride at all thanks to the money lead pass.
And here's Knight. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And the layup is good. Knight's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
Thomas against Knight. Thomas passes to Boucher. Thomas kicks to McCaw. 5 on the clock. Boucher. Almost, but it rolls out. Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Knight dishes to Griffin. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his 5th foul. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time where kids can stay up. But how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better in different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Here's Boucher. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
First free throw is good. Wood, he's checked in for Blake Griffin. And Toronto also making a switch. Hollis Jefferson's checked in for OG Anunoby. And good on the second, so he makes them both. With the G League growing by leaps and bounds, one is now being brought to Mexico City, Chris.
I mean, first of all, let's go back to last season. Did you see how crazy those fans were in Jurassic Park in Toronto?
Yeah, they love it.
Can you imagine Mexico? Oh, my God. This would be great. Mexico City, yeah. Let's bring everyone in, all the fans in. And what I really love is that it's for the home fan base. So when I think of the Toronto Raptors, I think about the city of Toronto. I think about Canada and how it's theirs. And even though we're one league, that team is theirs, and they take that pride on, and it just brings so much more excitement. Can you imagine all the people in Mexico City being excited for their team? Oh, I want to be at one of the first games when that happens because I know the crowd is going to be sick. It's going to be crazy. I want to be there.
Here's Boucher. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And he makes the first. So he gets them both. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
Raptors have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Thomas against Knight. Boucher passes to McCaw. Here's Hernandez. Second chance shot. Unable to get that one. The Pistons go the other way with it. Knight in the corner. All alone. And he drops that one in. Knight's got 6 in the quarter.
Oh, it's all about the assist on that play. He puts it in the perfect spot.
Knight against Thomas. Pass to Hernandez. Over Maker. And again, Toronto no luck. Detroit's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. A nice shot by Knight.
Yeah, I'm surprised that D isn't respecting this mid-range game more. They ought to be. I bet you they will be soon.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Raptors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And they've put themselves into the driver's seat in regards to the season series with this team. Tonight's win will give them a 2-1 edge with only 1 left to play.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. And doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for Kyle Lowry.
He was the alpha dog out there tonight. Totally in charge of this game. No matter what the situation was, he was the one to dictate the action.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
Thomas, good.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, there's no doubt as to who was the better team. I mean, they proved it with this win.
Outside Knight. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Knight. Knight hits them both. Here's Thomas. 17 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Well, for the Raptors, they can just run out the clock. And there's the pass to Boucher. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Mark. Congrats on the win. How did you guys get in rhythm offensively?
Sharing the ball, just making the play, just, making each other better. That's always something really good in, man. It gets contagious both sides.
Yeah, the ball was really moving tonight, and I know that's how you want to play. Thanks, Mark. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.